Hi, welcome to our UCR Video Campus Tour. My name is Juliet and I'm a psychology major here at UC Riverside.
Hi, my name is Nick and I am a physics major here at UC Riverside.
Hi, my name is Kayla and I'm a chemical engineering major.
Here at UCR, our university is very unique as we have 3 colleges and 4 schools within it. The colleges are the College of Humanities, Arts and Social Sciences, also known as CHAS, as well as the College of Natural and Agricultural Sciences, also known as CNAS, and the Marlin and Rosemary Bournes College of Engineering, also known as BCOE. The schools are the School of Public Policy, the School of Education, the School of Business, and the School of Medicine.
And what's the difference between a college and a school?
That's a really good question. So the difference between a college and a school is that a college has more broad areas of study where you can choose from many different majors. Meanwhile, a school has more centralized areas of study where you'll be able to choose from more concentrations but less majors.
So now we're going to talk about our first college of the day, which is our College of Humanities, Arts and Social Sciences, also known as CHAS. Here we are in our Humanities Courtyard, which is home to our CHAS College, which is our College of Humanities, Arts and Social Sciences. And one of our very interesting and unique majors here in our CHAS College is our Creative Writing major. We're the only UC to offer a major in creative writing, also offering smaller classrooms and workshops for our students. And also we have majors like history, we also have English, and our largest major here in our CHAS College is our psychology major. Still in our CHAS College, we have our arts building, where we have our majors of art, art history, dance, and music. Also in there, we have a gallery where students can showcase their artworks for their fellow students to come and view them, and also their professors as well. And also we have soundproof rooms in there. We have dark rooms for our students who are interested in photography. And also we have another major. We have our major of theater, film, and digital production. And we have highly esteemed professor who actually works in Hollywood. What I'd like to highlight is one of our professors, Dr. Patricia Cardasso. She actually sits on the panel that votes for the Oscars.
Alright, now you guys may be wondering what types of trees these are that are around me. Well, they're actually citrus trees. And this is because we opened as a citrus experimentation station way back in 1907. This was before we were a college that accepted students, and we were originally at the base of Mount Rubidoux, which is a few miles away. But 10 years later, in 1917, we moved to the base of the Box Springs Mountains, where we reside today in the Highlands of Riverside. This is actually why we call ourselves the Highlanders, because we are in the Highlands of Riverside. In 1910, we opened our citrus variety collection, which aims to conduct research on various different types of citrus in the Southern California areas. As a matter of fact, our citrus experimentation station now houses over 1,100 species of citrus and 4,500 individual trees. One of the discoveries we made through the citrus experimentation station is actually the tango gene, which is the primary gene found within various different types of small mandarin oranges, which can also be known as cuties or halos as their marketed name. So next time you eat a cutie or a halo, you actually have UC Riverside to thank for that. Right now, we are on Pierce Lawn, which is the center of our next college of the day, the College of Natural and Agricultural Sciences, also known as CNAS. Here, we have 18 different majors that you can choose from, which includes things like biology, which is our largest, as well as chemistry, mathematics, geology, and my major, physics. However, one I do want to highlight is our entomology program, as our entomology department is actually ranked 2nd in the world. The reason why we're ranked so high here is because of our insectiary quarantine facility, where we conduct research on invasive arthropod species in order to prevent them from being invasive in the wild. This facility actually operates at biohazard level 3, which is the highest that a public college can go to. Earlier, I had mentioned how important citrus was to our history here at UCR. But we're still making new fruits, people, through our UCR Luna avocado. This avocado features a green exterior that turns deep black once it's fully ripe, as well as a smooth texture on the inside, which I hear is very good for guacamole. It also lasts up to a month in your refrigerator, and also has a smaller pit, which means that you get more of that good stuff per avocado. Also, that smaller pit means that it's more environmentally friendly, which means that it requires less water to grow and less space to flourish. So you could say that UCR has some pretty good taste.
Now we are in our Marlin and Rosemary Bournes College of Engineering. Here we have the majors of chemical engineering, environmental engineering, mechanical engineering, computer science with business applications, computer engineering, electrical engineering, robotics, data science, material science and engineering, and bioengineering. With all of our majors, we do have the ABET accreditation, which stands for the Accreditation Board of Engineering and Technology. So it means that all of our graduates meet industry-level new hire standards. So that means you don't have to relearn practices learned in training, you learn them here at UCR. Now we're at our Winston Chung Hall, which is part of our Bournes College of Engineering. Here we also have our 18 professional organizations office, with one I'm a part of being Tau Beta Pi, which is an engineering honor society. For juniors, we accept the top 1/8% of your class, and for seniors, we take the top 1/5% of your class. As well here, we do have our Bites Cafe, which is where you guys can grab a bite to eat.
Right now, we are inside UCR's School of Medicine, which offers one graduate medical degree focusing in specializations in primary care, which includes things like family medicine, internal medicine, and pediatrics. The reason why we focus on primary care is because we're actually facing a physician deficiency in the Inland Empire, which are Riverside and San Bernardino counties. As a matter of fact, it's our mission statement here in order to help aid this physician deficiency. Each year, we accept 86 new students to our School of Medicine, with a minimum of 24 of those being reserved for our Thomas Heider program. This is a pipeline program designed for UCR alumni. So long as you're either a current UCR student or somebody who's already graduated from UCR, when you apply to our School of Medicine, you'll automatically be placed into a smaller application pool with those 24 slots available to you. This means that instead of competing with thousands of other students for a slot, you'll only be competing with a few hundred thanks to this pipeline program. Within the Thomas Heider program, we also have the Early Assurance program, which reserves 8 to 10 of those 24 seats for students who are currently at UCR, who apply early with a GPA of 3.4 in the subjects of biology, chemistry, physics, and math, or your BCPM GPA being 3.4 or above. With plenty of resources and opportunities for our undergraduate students, having them get a better chance in order to get into medical school later, UCR is a fantastic choice for those interested in the medical field. So we have now arrived at our School of Public Policy, which is located at the top of the building right behind me, known as Chas Interdisciplinary. The School of Public Policy offers one major in public policy, and fun fact, we were the first UC to offer it as an undergraduate major. As a public policy major, you'll be able to choose from 16 different policy areas, which includes health policy, education policy, and immigration policy, just to name a few, as those are the most popular. However, you are not restricted to just choosing one of these policy areas, as you can choose from maybe 2 or 3 of them, or even a dozen if you so wish. You will also have to complete an individual internship before you graduate, where it may seem daunting to have to do an internship like this. However, the UC system has you covered through UC-offered programs such as UCCS and UCDC, where UCCS will take you up to our capital in Sacramento, the state's capital, and UCDC will take you all the way up to our nation's capital in Washington, D.C., so that you can get that internship experience for you. Here we are outside Anderson Hall. Fun fact, this is actually the first building ever built here at UCR back when it was just simply the Citrus Experimentation Station. However, nowadays, it's where you can find our School of Business, which offers 3 undergraduate majors, including Business Administration, Business Analytics, and Actuarial Science. Within the Business Administration major, you can choose from 7 different concentrations, which includes Marketing, Operations and Supply Chain Management, Management, Finance, Accounting, Business Analytics, and Information Systems. We also have 9 minors that you can choose from, which can be added on to any major here, which is actually a pretty popular route for a lot of my friends in things like CNAS and BCOE. Something special about our School of Business is that our majors are actually AACSB accredited, which stands for the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business. This is an accreditation that only 6% of all business schools in the world have, so we're very honored to have this accreditation. Also, many of the top Fortune 500 companies will actually only hire people with degrees with that accreditation, which includes companies such as Google, Facebook, and Microsoft. One of the reasons why we have this accreditation here is because of our Business 100 series, which ensures that our business students will get a well-rounded education in all types of business. So here at UCR, I guess you could say that we mean business. Right behind me is our Sproul Hall, which is actually named after Robert G. Sproul, who is the 11th UC president and the man responsible for converting the University of California from its one campus up in Berkeley to the multi-campus system that we know today. Our Sproul Hall here on campus houses our School of Education, which offers one major in Education Society and Human Development, with 2 concentrations and 2 minors. Here within the School of Education, we offer 3 different credentials that you can choose from, as well as the fastest teaching credential program in California, where you can get your master's degree and teaching credential all within 12 to 18 months. You will also be required to complete 40 hours worth of fieldwork before you graduate. As a matter of fact, back when I was in high school, some School of Education students here from UCR actually came to my high school in order to be a teacher's assistant in my 11th and 12th grade years, who were phenomenal at their job. However, our School of Education is not restricted for those who want to become teachers, as if you want to help shape the hearts and minds of our future generations, then the School of Education is the right school for you.
This is our Thomas Rivera Library. This library is named after Thomas Rivera. Thomas Rivera was the first Mexican-American chancellor here at UC Riverside. This library is home to our School of Business and our CHAT students because they can find their textbooks in this library. Also in this library, we have our special collections and archive, where we have our Lloyd Edens collection, which is our science and fiction collection, which houses the first ever copy of the Black Panther comic book.
So right behind me, we have the Raymond L. Orbach Science Library, who was our serving chancellor from the years 1992 to 2002. And this is the primary library for our CNAS and BCOE students. This is because all of their primary textbooks are actually housed here, so you can find textbooks for any science or engineering topic here within the science library. We have over 500,000 volumes of text here available, with even more accessible through the UC Library Search system. We also have the reserve system here at UCR, where a professor can rent out a certain textbook for you for up to 2 hours. Also through the reserve system, you can reserve a laptop for up to 24 hours. Well, let's say your laptop may break down and you need to get it repaired. You can actually use these reserve systems in order to ensure that you have your laptop access while you're waiting for your laptop to come out of the shop. So if you're considering science or engineering, I think you'll find the science library just at home.
Right behind me over here is our Student Success Center, which is SSC for short. It's one of our newest buildings here on our campus. It's part of our 2030 initiative, where we are trying to increase our student population from 27,000 students to 30,000 students by the year 2030. In there we have what we call the Lecture in the Rounds, which is the first of its kind in the entire UC system. This is where you have 360-degree digital screens going around the classroom, so wherever you are in that classroom, you can see wherever your professor is showcasing at that time. Also in that building, we have study spaces, and we also have meeting rooms and multi-purpose rooms for our students, so they can meet up and study with your friends after class or in between your classes as well. Right behind me over here, we have our University Theater, where we have our largest performances here on our campus. Have you ever heard of TED Talks? Well, we have an organization here on our campus called TEDx UCR, and they handle different TED Talks here on our campus. And one we've had recently is called the Beyond Limit Talk, where we've had one of our professors, Dr. Stephen Kane, who is a NASA scientist, give a talk here about how we can move to Venus. His research is out of this world. We're right here by our bell tower, which is the heart of our campus here at UC Riverside. We have someone go up to the bell tower and play different tunes for our students. For example, during the Christmas period, he plays different Christmas carols for our students. We also have about 350 organizations here on our campus, and they table here on our bell tower on Wednesdays. And I was previously part of an organization called NSA, which is called our Nigerian Student Association, where I was an event coordinator and I was also the public relations chair. And I started my own organization called Be the Light. It's a Christian organization here on campus. And you can also make your own organization when you do come to our campus, or you could join any organization that we have here on our campus. We are here at Costa Hall, which is home to UCR's Ethnic and Gender Centers. And this includes our Women Research Center, LGBTQ Research Center, Veterans Research Center, Chicano Student Program, Asian Pacific Student Program, African Student Program, Middle Eastern Student Program, Native American Student Program. These student programs also offer different events for our students during the quarter. For example, our Chicano Student Program. During Dia de los Muertos, they have different festivals and also different dances, and also offer free foods for our students. You can also get blue books and Scantrons for free from the student research centers for your exams. Also, regardless of how you identify, you can find yourself in any of our student research centers here in our Costa Hall.
Next up, we have The Barn, which is our on-campus restaurant here at UC Riverside. The naming is actually kind of interesting because when it opened back in 1917, it wasn't the restaurant that we know today. It was actually an actual barn with animals such as horses, pigs, and even cows. However, when we opened our first College of Letters and Sciences back in 1954, we realized that the vibe of animals and students didn't really mix, so we decided to keep the students and got rid of the animals. This is when we converted the barn to a coffee shop and then now the restaurant and concert venue that you know today. The concert venue has actually hosted many different legendary acts in the past, such as those from Blink-182, No Doubt, and Foster the People. Speaking of Foster the People and their hit song Pumped Up Kicks, part of that music video is actually filmed right here at the barn. So next time if you go and watch that music video again and you see a part at a concert, you're actually looking at their concert here at the barn.
Here we are at the Highlander Union Building, also called the Hub. This is where we have a plethora of different dining options, so it's a great place to come and meet up with your friends. As well, it is the home to a lot of different student programs, such as our ASPB, our Associated Students Program Board, which is in charge of our on-campus entertainment. We have concerts year-round, including our biggest concerts like Block Party in the fall and Spring Splash towards the end of the year. As well, we do have our ASUCR, our Associated Students of UC Riverside, which is our school government. And lastly, we do have the Highlander, which is our school newspaper. The Hub is home to a lot of different student lives, so expect to see yourself here a lot. And our first department is right over here, The Well, which is a wellness resource center that focuses on stress management and mental health. A really popular program is called Therapy Fluffies, where we bring out cute cats and dogs to pet them to relieve some stress during finals week. Another department in the Hub is right over here is our Pantry, which is where you can make an appointment to get some free groceries. Another thing that y'all can do in the Hub is that different clubs and organizations can rent out different rooms to have their different club events as well. And now we're at the new Student Health and Counseling Center. Here we have a focus on primary care, so we have doctors available to meet with students as well as a pharmacy. As well, we do have CAPS, our counseling and psychological services, so here y'all can talk to any psychologists or psychiatrists. You all get access to these things because of UC SHIP, which is the UC Student Health Insurance Plan. As well, if y'all live in the residential halls, this building is conveniently close by. And over here is our Student Recreation Center, which is our school gym. So over here we have our workout equipment, rock wall, and our pool. As well, we do have intramural sports, which is where you can play basketball, volleyball, soccer, and flag football. In the past, I've played on our recreational basketball and volleyball team, and it's a really great way to stay active on campus and make new friends. Thank you for watching our virtual tour. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to undergraduate admissions. Hope to see you soon.
Sure.